What up, Mac kids and maniacs? Normally I'd be in bed right now, but look, I couldn't go to sleep without um, asking you guys to say a prayer for Barefoot Pookie. Barefoot Pookie is not in the best condition right now. From my understanding, I was told early this morning that he's got stage 4 cancer, and I want to say this to y'all and Pookie. If you're watching this, you know I got a lot of love and respect for you. But I want to say this. This is why it's important. When you got a loved one that you cool with, whether you're related to them or a relationship with them or homeboy, co-worker or whatever. See, me and Pookie had got into it twice, right? And you see Pookie still come on live and apologize. And, we men are differences just over simple communication. And so I like to say, because I had an auntie back in 1990, like Christmas 1990. Me and my auntie got into it on Christmas night. And, I was 22 years old at the time. So I felt like I was a man and I could speak up to my elders in the family and let her know what's on my mind, and everything that's on her mind and other family member mind may differ from, the story may differ in my mind, right? Because you guys only know half the story. So we got into it. She went to church. She ended up dying in the church that night. And she went into a coma, actually. And she never came out of it, and she died. So we never had a chance to mend our differences or talk them out. Well, me and Pookie had that chance, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't take a whole lot. We didn't even have to go over it all. He just apologized both times, and we moved on. And that's what friends do. You know what I'm saying? When there's a misunderstanding or a hiccup in your friendship, uh, it should be easy to talk it out and apologize, because now, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to worry about feeling bad or having that on my heart if the inevitable happens, right? So, again, Pookie, if you're watching, you know I got love for you, man, and respect for you. I want to send my prayers to you, and from me and from all the Mackies and Maniacs. Pookie laced me with a lot of history. We had a 16-year friendship, and it was a good friendship because it wasn't no see you once a month, see you every 6 months type of friendship. Like, we talked on the phone all the time and met up in person a lot over the years. And he used to remember when he came on live last time, I was saying, Pookie been in my spot. Like, Pookie used to come to my spot and just chill. And I would get to typing out his story. I was working on his first book before he went off and let somebody else finish and publish the book. As he say, they robbed him because he didn't get no royalties from his book. He didn't get no money off his book. But um, man, I don't want to say too much or go too far or overstep my boundaries, but I'll keep you guys updated, that's for sure. But Pookie's a good dude, man. Good dude. Sometimes misunderstood. I know for a fact that his peers, the men and women of his age, didn't really understand him. And those that did, they didn't like him for small reasons. And Pookie didn't give a damn, though. Pookie didn't care if they liked him or didn't like him. But one thing about Pookie, he'll tell you what's on his mind to your face. Even at his old age, I done seen Pookie tell some of his partners, his peers, to their face that they was boys, they was followers, they wasn't nobody, and I actually thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was brave of him to stay down in that light and not run from it or have to talk about nobody behind their back. He just say it to their face. So, man, I got a lot of good memories of Pookie. I got pictures, but I remember I had this expensive camera. I won some money gambling. I bought the most expensive camera and lens and all that stuff. And me and Pookie went out and I took all these pictures of Pookie. I got my first memory card. I took a gang of pictures of Pookie. And that Thanksgiving, somebody broke in my car because I fell asleep and I left all my stuff in my car. And they stole all my equipment. They stole all them pictures of Barefoot Pookie, some proper pictures, some classic pictures, man, of downtown LA. Um, I wish I had those pictures, but I got other pictures. They're not as classic, they're not as professional as those pictures that I took. But I am glad that Pookie at least did his last interview right here on KM Videos. You know, he got off some things off his chest, and I'm glad he was able to get some things off his chest because he won't die with that on his heart, or you know what I'm saying. As he goes through what he's going through, he don't have to worry about that. Uh, but man, that stage 4 cancer ain't no joke, man. I went through it with my father. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? But DJ Vegas, what up, homeboy? Uncle Buck, what up, homeboy? Well, you don't know a lot, fool. What you talking about, Buck? I remember that magazine when he bought the magazine to Kansas City. Oh yeah, I might have to see if I got some of those magazines, man. Uh, but yeah, man, we had a good, strong, tight 16-year friendship, man. Uh, that's a trip, man. That's a trip. How old was he? Pookie was born in 1956. So 67 years old, if my math is correct. You feel me? And it's not how old was he, it's how old is he? 67 years old. You just never know. Keep your loved ones close and pray for them. Settle disagreements before it's too late. And I'll say another thing too. Because here I am. I mean, y'all can't tell looking at my screen, but here I am in the deepest depression of my life. Never been so depressed in my life. And just for like the last few weeks, actually the last couple months, I'm just drowning in sorrow and misery. And I think my life can't get no worse. And anytime something like this happens, it's a reminder that my life ain't so bad after all. The things that I'm going through, I'm just going through. They won't last forever. And so I have a reason to hold my head up, be happy, be grateful, and know that these times will pass. Uh, I sure would hope I don't lose my friend. I would like to talk to my friend again. I had actually texted him a few days ago, didn't hear back from him. Called him, he didn't answer, didn't hear back from him. So all morning after I got the news, I hit him. I hit him 3 times, called him 3 times, texted him 3 times. He didn't answer. Uh, I wanted to talk to him one last time at least, or 10 or 20 more times. You know what I mean? Uh, his conversations was always pleasurable, always educational, and sometimes very, very spiritual, but very motivating and supportive. You know what I mean? I wish, man, that we could have recorded a lot of the things that he used to say to me. I mean, just on the motivational tip and endorsement wise. Because he used to always tell me, "KEV MAC, you got my story. You got my story." He may have even said it on live. I have to go back and look at the live. But he would always say, "KEV MAC, you got my story, man. You know my life better than anybody." And that meant a lot to me because that means he shared a lot with me. And I'm pretty sure I still got some of the stuff I wrote down when I was working on this book. Uh, I don't know what I would ever do with it other than, you know, reminisce about some of the things that he told me and I wrote down with you guys. But yeah, Damn, that old brother didn't reveal enough of true history, yet he put it down every time. Yeah, there's still more history, hidden gems and hidden things, but like Pookie told me, and what I'm relaying to you guys or conveying to you guys, I know a lot. I know a lot. I know a lot about Pookie, and you guys know a lot. You probably don't realize how much you know because just pick up his book. Pick up his book, and he tells you some things like, or go look at the videos, the interviews that we done, right? We done quite a few interviews, not no good, thorough filmed, good, high quality footage, but yeah, I got little tidbits, little seconds here and there, right? Or interviews that just wasn't so great to put out. What's the name of his book here? Man, I forgot the name of his book. Just look up Angelo Barefoot Pookie White on Amazon Books. I just came on what happened. As always, say, Kev, you're the Walter Cronkite of this history. Why I gotta be white though, fool? Why I gotta be a white boy with black history though? You got both interviews and what I call found footage, really good chronicling. Yeah, man. I got Pookie to basically chronicle, chronicle. What's the word? Chronicleize. I don't even know the damn word, right? That's why I'm not a good writer. That's why I wouldn't be a good publisher or editor. What's up, Stone? Are you going to put out a compilation of Pookie together? We jumping ahead of ourselves, Stone. But yeah, yeah. And I just really, that's what I was saying. I got a little off track, but I really wish we had some of those conversations recorded. You know, because he said a lot of deep stuff to me, man. A lot of deep stuff. We went over a lot of things chronologically. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for that. Chronologically. Chronology? No, chronological. But thank you for that. Copyright. Copyright what? He got, I mean, I'm sure his book is copyrighted. It's probably not copyrighted by him, but the guy who he says stole his story. I'm sure he got it copyrighted, but uh, I wrote about Pookie in one of my magazines that somebody referred to earlier. Kev, stay strong. God bless. Barefoot is the best and a rider. Only one barefoot. I agree with that. I agree with all of that. I don't always agree with some of these dumbass comments in the comment section. I 1,000% agree with that, Mr. Raymond Harris. Hey, and I don't want to get off into no sports, but it just came to my head real quick. I'm not going to harp on it. I got to say it, though. How about them Colorado Buffaloes, though? Start out 3-0, and here they are right now today, 4-4. See, I mentioned UCLA was gonna give them problems. I mentioned Oregon State was gonna give them problems, right? I don't mean to laugh, but now they gotta watch out for Utah. I predicted 3 wins. All right, I was wrong, but I'm pretty close so far. Still a lot of games to go, but one thing's for sure: they won't win 12. They won't win 10. That's for sure. So who was the closest without going over? Is the question. But okay, now back to my homeboy though, Pookie. Pookie, I understand Pookie very clearly because of the conversations we didn't have. Plus the fact that Pookie told me a lot about Melvin Hardy, and he endorsed Melvin Hardy as a truth speaker, and so he's the one that actually hooked me up with Melvin Hardy. Me and Melvin Hardy used to talk. I ain't gonna say a lot, but we used to talk. We talked a few times, but we talked extensively for hours. And of course, he came down from SAC to see me and Baby S Mac when we had the office in the magazine. going on. And so I had a lot of good conversations with Melvin Hardy. Me and Baby Smack, we attended Melvin Hardy's funeral. Rest in peace, Mr. Melvin Hardy. And so Melvin Hardy gave me a whole lot of understanding into Barefoot Pookie and why his peers didn't like him. Very, very, very understandable. This ain't coming from Pookie. It's coming from Melvin Hardy, rest in peace. They didn't like Pookie because what dude just said. Pookie was the rider. Pookie was always kicking stuff off. Pookie would go to parties and turn the parties out. And he says that sometimes. Q says it sometimes, but Pookie will go turn the parties out, according to Melvin Hardy. And so that's why Tookie had issues with him and a lot of other people. Because Tookie, according to Pookie and Melvin Hardy, Tookie was this handsome guy with a big afro, dressed real sharp, had the muscles and everything, talked cool, walked cool, had the cool stroll. So he liked to go to the parties for the women. He liked to go to the parties to have a good time. When Pookie turns the party out, now Tookie got to fight or Tookie got to get the hell out of Dodge. So that's what his issue was, from what I heard with Barefoot Pookie. But the things that Melvin Hardy told me, and a couple other people told me, I got to conversate with Pookie about that, and so that's why I say I got a great understanding about Pookie and what was really going on, and a couple other things, but we're not going to talk about those right now. We could talk about it another day. I think it would be classless to talk about some of that stuff today, but definitely in the future we can touch on some of that stuff. But man, yeah, Pookie was a G. Another thing I'm gonna mention. This pertains to Barefoot Pookie, right? Few people like I was 7 years old in '75, going through my own family trauma in '75 and '76, right? My passing of my grandmother, my great grandmother, the shooting of my brother-in-law in the house that I witnessed as a kid. But in 1975, I wasn't around for the start of Payback. So it's always good when I hear people debate and people try to feed me information and try to go against some of the information that people like Barefoot Pookie has put out there in the air, right? So Baby S Mac reminded me of an email that I got from Monster Cody. So I still had the emails from Monster Cody. And lo and behold, Monster Cody is talking about the Long Beach Crips when he first met the first Long Beach Crips he met. He names them by gang name. And he said, I want to say either Los Padrinos or YTS or something, right? And he mentions that the Paybacks were the first Crips set in Long Beach. Now, this is coming from Monster Cody. And we all know or assume or we think or we appreciate and we give a lot of gang history credit to Monster Cody for exposing that to the world. So Monster Cody information is parallel to Barefoot Pookie's information. So for all the people that be getting at me like, oh, that's false. Ain't never been no Payback in Long Beach. It was never Payback and nobody ever heard of Payback. No, there's some people that heard of Payback. To what degree they have a history or, was it a established set or, I don't know. I don't know. But when you guys reach out to me, Pookie lying, Pookie information wrong, I'm a G from Long Beach, I'm a rider from Long Beach, I was on deck in '75. Well, Monster Cody was pretty G too. And Monster Cody had a hell of a memory. And Monster Cody documented history. And Monster Cody knew how to spit that history real good. So I just want to say for those that think Pookie is hallucinating on Long Beach, Monster Cody also agrees. Just, if that helps you out or gives you some insight into some of the stuff that I hear from the people that we regard as historians that really lived their life and really documented history. I thought that was important for y'all to know, but never mind me if that wasn't the greatest education experience that I could give you guys tonight. Some people say it's Bloods in Long Beach to set up shop, but the Crips don't want to acknowledge it. I don't know, man. I've heard rumors of them being out there for a short, small period of time, and of course, it didn't last. So now, are there Bloods out there like a Blood set out there today? I highly doubt it. Is it established Blood set in Long Beach that anybody runs across? I highly doubt it. But yeah, I've heard stories of them coming through, setting up shop for very, 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 very brief moments that didn't last. I believe I believe Bub Bodacious mentioned it in the Neighborhood Compton Crip interview. If he didn't mention in that interview, he mentioned it to us, and I may have it on tape somewhere. Well, I may not have it on tape somewhere because some of that type of stuff I just really didn't want to put out there in the air without having real knowledge of some of those accusations or things that a lot of people would disagree with. Westside Peru set up shop short term in Northside Long Beach. All right. So that sound about right. Hooper 40, what up? What up, K Mac? Been a minute since I seen one of your lives. Big Red Dog, good looking out, man. I'm glad you caught alive. Monster New, the founder, first generation founders of the A Trays, founded the North Side and helped split it into fours. I say he's a pretty good authority for history. Keep in mind, being locked up during them 70s, you met a lot of people, heard a lot, experienced a lot, right? Plus the fact, if we really want to get off into it, Monster said that Long Beach claimed 3 times. So he was very tight with some of those dudes from inside. And so he went on to say that's why he has that information and showing that he actually knows what he's talking about. Is that Bloodstone Villain set North Hollywood official? I don't know nothing about a Bloodstone Villain set in Hollywood. And to the brother that asked me about X4 the other day, let me remind you, and let that be a reminder. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I don't know these YouTube channels, so I didn't know who X4 was. I thought he was mistaken X4 with 4 Extras from 40s. But it popped up on my feed. You know these phones be listening to us and stuff. Plus Alonzo's stuff pops up most of the time on my phone. But yeah, the 4X interview popped up. So now I see who the guy was asking about. And when he asked what I think about it, I only seen part 4, and dude was tatted up. That's all that's the only thing I think of that video was dude was tatted up. And I tripped when dude said, man, we don't mess with nobody in Inglewood. Uh, right. Is there a new East Coast? I don't know nothing about no new East Coast. Big ups to Richmond. Richmond. Oh, all right. Shout out to you, KEV MAC. Good looking out, Corey. Brian Watson, what happened to Barefoot? Nothing happened to Barefoot. He, from my understanding, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Long being ICG are 3 times, not the G. Well, how you know Austin, Texas? You repeating shit you seen on the internet, man. You don't know, fool. Well, much love to KEV MAC and LA from Richmond. All right. Paris, California, Crips was supposed to get down with the Coast. Really? Mm, mm, mm. Man, man, man. Man, Big Keith Stone, what up, homeboy? Man, Stone, did you see the Neighborhood Alliance videos? Part one with about the hundreds, and part two about the 60s. Don't let Kev have to land that. Kev had real talk. Is Whack 100 on with Big U paper? Is he on? Oh, is he on one with Big U paper? Look, check this out, man. Me and Spider Loc talk about that in my interview. I don't want to go too deep into that, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, for those that don't know, or for those that got amnesia, for those that's selective politicking, man, there's gang intervention and prevention dudes all over the county of Los Angeles, black and brown, probably Asian too. I don't know about Asian, but probably Asian too. Dog, everybody know about Unity One, Unity Two. I don't want to get into the habit of calling them all out. There's a whole lot more. If you don't know that, that's on you. If you don't know what their job detail is, that's on you. But can you name, or can Whack 100 name one dude that got locked up because of developing options? Is developing options on any paperwork in court? Has developing options ever sat on a witness stand and got anybody convicted or tried to get anybody convicted? I mean, you guys' minds, some people's minds are so weak and are shaped so easily because your inner tuition is really just hatred or hoping to see somebody else fall. So when you hear things that sway your mindset, you take it and you run with it. You feel me? But it was never no secret. Number one, where did the paperwork come from? It came from online. We're at online from developing options, right? There's pictures that been floating around with all them dudes with the grid sign and all. It was never hidden. It was never hidden at no point, at no time was it hidden. I don't know why everybody act like this is some hidden secret that somebody try to hide from society when it's posted on his website on the internet for everybody to see. All that contract, 500,000, $1 million. Look, if you guys got a grant for your business, you're not gonna keep all that money. That money's not going to the net. You know why? You have to pay your employees. Your employees have to be paid. You have to pay your employees. And then you have to show where this money is going as far as like if you rent a building or buying a building, you know what I'm saying? The classroom. Remember I did a video. I did a video with Big U and his son and some of the kids that went to college from Big U's program. That was in a building with a classroom and all that type of stuff. But I think the lesson here, and I can speak from my standpoint, from my experience, the lesson here is when you have to be careful with who you get close to and who you consider your friends, how much information you tell them. Because your worst enemy is the person you share all that with. When they get mad at you, they try to expose you. And they'll put twists and spins on every little thing. Remember, I told you I was going to do a video. I just never got around to it. I haven't had time, and I haven't really thought it out. But that guy that you call your friend, you give him information, you give him insight to what type of guy you are, your thinking, your businesses, your family, and all that. When you cross that person, or that person thinks you cross them, and that person is triggered, they will hate on you, boy, and become obsessed with you. That's what you got to worry about. That's what we all have to worry about. Is that guy that's jealous of you or upset with you, and he knows things about you. He is a very dangerous individual. He's going to expose all your secrets, even make some secrets up, spin things to their liking to get people to bite into their agenda, try to bring you into their world so you feel like them. I mean, this is common sense. This is common knowledge. I don't understand why there's a large community of people that watch YouTube videos or listen to all that drama on Clubhouse and can't sit there and see that from Pico all the way through South LA to the end of South LA before you hit Compton and all that, and probably in Compton too. I don't know. I'm not aware of Compton. But you could go to the east too. Go to the east to Watts. You could go down the east side through the Swans. I don't know if the Swans still got all that going on now, but they did back then before Developing Options was a nonprofit. What is that called? 501, 503, 1C, 501C or something like that. Everybody want to act like they don't exist. Y'all been going through Jim Brown classes for years. Y'all been talking about Jim Brown and all this, right? We talked about Rosie Greer and B.G. Guinness and T. Rogers and all these guys that really laid the groundwork, the footwork, and found ways to get this money from the local government, right? But everybody just forgets about that when you start talking about Big U. How is that and why is that? That's the question you guys need to ask yourself. You feel me? But, I've said it before, and I believe I said it to Spider Low, certain individuals, when these accusations are about them or pointed at them or directed at them, it's for that individual to step up and speak their piece. Now, it may be a reason why a person wouldn't speak up. It may be a reason why a person don't want to speak up. But I challenge all of y'all that got a big question mark in the back of your head to find some paperwork of Developing Options, taking a stand and having people arrested or telling on somebody. I know G Fizzle. That's why I'm puzzled why nobody else understands this. A grant is to pay your bills and payroll to function. Some idiots out there, watch it, bro. Some folks ain't know. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple to understand. I don't know why some people have comprehension deficiencies. I don't know about all that, Mr. Romero. You feel me? I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like. I don't know why you asking that question. You won't get me to answer that question, though. Yes, Miss Crystal. Big prayers out to Barefoot Pookie. That's why you can't just give anybody a friend label. Most are better off as associates than a friend. Absolutely. And your associates shouldn't be privy to a lot of that information. But sometimes, let me tell you this, I got a little something for everything. Sometimes that associate is mad because they don't know everything about you. So when they find out something about you, they throw it out there like you ain't no good. Man, it's a lot of dudes out there, man. It ain't just me and one of my homies. It's a lot of people out there who have that one ex-friend that is just bitter, man. They bitter for whatever reason they bitter. And they do not like you. And they will go at you. They will attack your character. They will put you on public display. And they will try to shoot you down every chance they get, man. They will try to ruin your career. They will try to ruin your reputation that you built up in the streets for decades, or even built up a platform or even a business or what have you, right? They will try to tear you down. It's no different from the white woman that blamed the Dodger pitcher for rape when there was never no rape. Trevor Bauer never raped her. It all came out through her text messages to a friend. Her friend is saying, girl, you better go get that bag. And she made up a story and put a rape on Trevor Bauer. It's the same thing. Fitzgerald, what up? And that's true, Gerald Parker. The least folks know about you, the better off you are. Now, see, I always consider, I tell you, I'm kind of weird with the way that I present things. I think I'm better off letting you guys know all about me. I don't know why. I just feel like it's better to let y'all know everything about me. I put it in a book. I put it in a video. I show pictures. You feel me? And I don't know, man. I share my ups. I share my downs, man. I share my thoughts. No big deal to me. But it's hurtful when you grow up with somebody or you raise somebody and that person turns on you. Because if you raise somebody and grew up with somebody, they're going to know a lot about you. They going to know what girls you've been with, what homies you don't like, what, what you done stole, they know all these things. And so when that bitterness kicks in, for whatever reason, the jealousy, the hatred, the envy, they go all in. And they want everybody to feel the way they feel. That becomes it. Their whole focus in life becomes, I'm going to destroy my ex-friend. I'm going to destroy my ex-friend. No, you turn no. They going to know what lie to spread. Yeah, they going to know what lie to spread and how to spin stories. And again, let's not forget, I just said it, but I'm going to say it again. Some people are mad because they didn't know certain things about you. Some people are mad because you reach levels that they have not reached. That level may be a street reputation. It may be a money reputation. It may be notoriety, money, family. You know what I mean? Some dudes, some dudes are so hurt with themselves because of the way their kids turned out, or because of the way their family never came together under one roof with several siblings. You just never know what it is, or maybe the middleman got cut out. A lot of people get mad when you cut the middleman out. A lot of people get mad at that. I've never really got mad, but yeah, I got irritated when somebody cuts me out and I'm the middleman, because that's cutting out money, it's cutting out business moves, it's cutting out friendships, it's cutting out a lot. But it don't stop me from doing nothing. It may stop me from getting a few dollars, but it's not going to stop me. I've always been a versatile type of guy. Like, I've never been one dimensional. Never, ever, ever been one dimensional. Block Champ, good looking out. KM, I appreciate the vids. I missed the theme song though. Oh, you ain't seen the last two videos on the Blue Channel then. Because the theme song is there and people going crazy like it's brand new. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that, Austin, Texas. Like I said, I just really did just spur the moment because it was heavy on my heart. Pookie's a good friend, man. You know, uh, and we could talk things out when we didn't see eye to eye. That's what make a real friend, man. But I remember the good days, and it wasn't that long ago, but the good days, man. 15, 16, 14, 13 years ago, man. Pookie would just pull up to the spot, man. KEV MAC, KEV MAC. He say it like nobody else. KEV MAC. And be like, what's up, Pookie, man? Hey, you got some water? Yeah, you want ice in it? Got some ice water for you. And Pookie would get to telling us them old stories about UG neighborhood and block. Some people are mad at the world because absolutely a lot of people are mad at the world because of their own failures, man. But the cold part is if you white, you're not mad at the world. You have mental health problems. Like how does America justify mental health every time somebody goes and purchases a gun from a gun shop and then go kill people? Like, is that what a mental health problem is? I mean, because a whole bunch of people in the ghetto should be going to court talking about mental health. You feel me? Like these guys got mental problems, but the people at the gun store don't recognize these mental problems. They got mental problems, but they sure know how to get some money and go to a store and buy a gun. They know where to get a gun from and how to get it. They know how to shoot it. They know how to load it. They even know how to put body gear on. I mean, I don't know any brothers in the hood that had a shooting or murder or something, man, killed an innocent woman or kid and got off because of mental health. I'm not saying there hasn't been any cases like that, but I don't know none from the hood like that. You know what I mean? Uh, I know on that Nipsey Hussle case, there was a lot of rumors. And I'm saying rumors because I didn't follow the case. But uh, that dude was going to play the mental health card at some point, uh, went to a mental hospital, had some mental problems in his background. But I don't know if they used that in court. I don't know if I know he didn't get off. I know he didn't walk. And I know he didn't kill himself like these mass shooters of European American descent. Hey, Kev, do you think the street is suffering from mental illness? Because today is very outspoken than in the past. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't see a correlation. What I do see is I seen a few comments the other day in the Neighborhood Alliance video that we did on the Blue Channel. How do you remember all those different gangs? There's no way I could remember all those different gangs. What else? Because you're born in a computer era where you can look up anything on Google or you can just talk to Siri. We grew up in a time where you had to know everybody's phone number by heart, especially if you was going to jail. You need to know them digits. You need to know the area codes, the phone numbers, and you got to remember whose number it is. Because you can't call your girlfriend by accident, right? You can't be calling nigga the wrong number like that. You know what I mean? So, but you have to know all these numbers, man. You guys are live. Look, back in the day, we had a little card: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2 on the peachy folder. That's how we knew how to do multiplication. 10 times 10 is 100. Blah 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 blah. Right? 1 times 9 is 9. Nowadays, y'all got these computers and these phones. Y'all way advanced as far as knowing all this because y'all see it on the phone all the time and you hear it. The phone can speak to you. The Siri can talk to you. YouTube can talk. We didn't have all that. You had to learn that shit in class or at home, or you wasn't gonna know. You wasn't gonna know it. So now you got a lot of little kids, 4 and 5 years old, that grew up on iPads and computers, and they smart as hell. They smart as hell, man. But they don't know nobody's phone number. You don't memorize everybody's cell phone number, right? You lose your cell phone, man, you lost. I know I'm lost when I lose my cell phone. Michael Hawkins, what up? You know, when you get the peachy folder, dog, you got, yeah, they didn't last that long. Especially if you folded it up and put it in your back pocket because you didn't want to walk around holding it in your hand all day, right? Yeah, y'all don't have to use your heads, but the advantage is hearing, listening, listening to audio books, listening to how-to videos. That's the advantage because you start to memorize, you start to remember. You know, a lot of dumb people, a lot of people that's illiterate, they memorize things. They may memorize words, you know what I'm saying, or dyslexic people. They memorize a lot of stuff. They memorize their timetables, their math, and locations and stuff like that. Because your other senses kick in. You know what I mean? And so they are smarter in some areas, but not a whole lot. Like I don't see no kids working on cars, man. No teenagers. We worked on cars when we was teenagers. We did a whole lot as little kids. I'm talking about before teenage years. We made go karts. We made mini bikes. We made pigeon cages. We made clubhouses, tree houses. And I don't see no kids doing that. Brian Washington, good looking up. It's a something there. If that satellite go down, us 70 babies back up. Working on cars, keep your mind off things. Yeah, it's kind of like working out as far as the mind go. Kev, do you have any footage from Monster Cody or Rebo you didn't share? You know what? I might have a few seconds of Monster Cody that I never shared. I don't know if I recorded or didn't record it because he was actually talking about some dudes in prison that debriefed. So my mind frame was I don't even want this on tape, right? Because the homie is putting people on blast. And I don't want that. But I do remember telling Monson Cuse, the camera's on, the camera's rolling. Because I'm working two cameras, I'm getting tired of standing up, my back is hurting and stuff. And I'm thirsty because we out on the roof, it's getting hot. So I'm drinking water, moving around. But I never went back to specifically look to see what footage I didn't air. So there may be some. Oh, Rebo? Nah, The cold thing about Rebo is we had more footage. We should have had more footage. One of my cameras wasn't working. This back when I used to always mess up. One of my cameras wasn't working, and it wasn't my fault. Something was wrong with the chip that day. So we filmed for like 30 minutes, maybe 45, but a good 30 minutes. And none of that's on the camera. I mean, it wasn't nothing way out interesting, but it was more personable. And it didn't come up. But no, I don't really have no more footage. I try to put all my footage out. Because it ain't going to do me no good holding on to it. Then I'll mess around and die. And you guys never see it. A debrief story? Hell yeah, yes. Nah, man, come on, man. You want to put people out there like that? I've been wanting to know who the dropouts are. Oh, man, you a cold dude. People want to know who the 5150s are up in here, man. They always ask me about you. I say, yeah, I laugh it off. Yeah, he crazy, right? Yeah, you messy, Austin, Texas. You real messy. I could never flip though. Like dancing, I couldn't dance. I couldn't flip. I did other things though. I jumped off roofs. I dived off roofs on the mattresses and stuff like that. I did some daredevil things. I always had to have something to make my heart pump. I had to get my adrenaline flowing. So the crip in me, once the crip get to flowing and stuff, you start feeling good, right? Big Kev, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Why not laugh at me? I can take those hits. All right, all right. Hey, Kev, you got any stories on Lil Loney? Um, Stories. I think I told a story one time, or at least I mentioned a story. Lil Loney used to pop lock, and they would have pop lock contests by where I lived at. We had a library. The library is still there. Library on 54th Street. So Loney and them would come across 60th, come across Lawson up to 54th and pop lock. And there was a dude named Clifford. They called him Lucifer from the 60s. Lucifer was from this gang called Pimp Player Hustlers. He might have been the only member, but Pimp Player Hustlers. And just before he became from 60s. And he would wear this feeler hat, like Gilligan. He would wear this feeler. So he was one of the first guys banging feeler around the town. And I remember they got the pop lock. He was kind of like heavy set. What's the word y'all call? Like he was bottom heavy a little bit, right? But he could dance and shit. He danced like Rerun. He looked like kind of like Rerun with an afro, right? And boom, he got the getting off, pop locking against Lil Looney, and he got Lil Looney. And when you be in a little crowd, y'all be like, woo, woo, when somebody get off. And he did some little move on Lil Looney, and we said, woo. And Lil Looney was so mad, Lil Looney slapped him. Bow, slapped the hat off his head. Bow. we was like, we might have been 13, 12. We might have been about 13 years old at the time. So the shit was funny because Lucifer was older than us and bigger than us. And he just had this cool persona about himself. And the fact that Lil Looney was upset because he got pop locked on, it was hilarious, man. It's probably not funny to y'all, but if you were there, you would have laughed, man. That shit was funny. He slapped the hell out that feeler hat. Lil Looney fires on him. Yeah, he didn't hit him. He slapped the feeler hat up off his head. That shit was funny. But I probably could dig out a bunch of Lil Looney stories, but off the top of my head, off the riff, I can't think of no good story to really tell you. I do know of some violent stories of Lil Looney involving some of the homeboys and homegirls, but uh, I'm not gonna go into that not right now. Man, them pop lock battles was it back in the day, right? I'm telling you, man, these kids don't all that on Wild and Out, that stuff they doing on Wild and Out, man, that stuff come right out the hood. All that bagging and stuff, all them jokes that Martin had, man, all that come right off the block, right off our school bus, right from the cafeteria, the lunch area, the playground. You know what I mean? West Coast is where pop locking and popping started. KEV MAC video, KEV MAC video. Fitzgerald, what you think about your intro coming back on the Blue Channel? KEV MAC, you doing any more interviews with Crip Mac? With Crip Mac? Did I ever do an interview with Crip? I don't know. Remind me. I don't never remember interviewing no KEV MAC, homie. What was he from? What do he look like? You got to remind me on that one, bro. I mean, your questions, dog. Your questions are becoming questionable. Very questionable. Maybe I look like Alonzo or somebody. Maybe I look like Melly Mills. Maybe I look like Cartoon. I don't know who I look like, man. No Jumper, Adam. I don't know, dog, but I don't ever remember interviewing that guy. Will you ever? I don't know if I'll ever. I can't say I won't. I can't say I will. LA is the home of bagging and on fools. For real, man, them the good days. We be clowning the hell out of them. Them was the good days. What make clowning so weak nowadays? For the older people anyway. We done heard all these jokes already. We done used them already. I've been telling you, it's some clowns in this chat for real. I wouldn't go that far to say they clowns, but yeah, it's a lot of clowns on YouTube. Period. We got a pretty good crowd though. We have some dudes come through with some weird questions every now and then, but our regulars, we got a good regular crowd, man. We got some loyalists. We got some respectful people up in here. You notice people don't come up in here dissing other hoods and gangbanging and stuff. You just get people that come up in here with personal beefs that beef with other people in the chat. We gonna call them chat beefers. Major clown, major clown. We used to clown each other all the time. We got some heavy sherm smokers in here, Kevin. I don't know. I don't see the goob up in here. Who else smokes sherm? I don't see cutes up in here. Ben started out with you. Oh, you a regular? Oh, I don't recognize the name, Mr. Romero. Okay, shit, that mean a lot though. If you started out with me, that mean a lot, man. Hey, thanks for sticking around. The homie Barefoot Pookie, from my knowledge, has stage 4 cancer, and I haven't been able to get in touch with him. But if you guys would be so kind to say a prayer for Pookie, I would be thankful, and I'm sure he will be as well. You know what I don't like about the rerun runs though, bro? Like I'll do a live like right now, right? Boom, I get off the live, and I can't go do no editing. I could put it on private, but I can't edit the video. It takes a while, right? So I go get in the bed. I go to sleep. I might roll over, check to see how many views, or in the morning when I wake up, before I go use the bathroom, brush my teeth, and wash my face, I'll look to see how many people view. Man, that thing be having like 30 commercials, dog. So I'll be like, damn, the people that didn't catch it live, they gonna have hell watching the replay, or they not gonna watch the replay at all. That may be why the numbers be so low sometimes too. But when you catch it live, you're not gonna have no 25 or 30 commercials, dog. But anyway, we can't always catch people live, and sometimes we be busy. I'll tap into SAG, OSG SAG, when he live, you feel me? Okay, prayers from Australia. That's what's up, man. Prayers from all over the world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man said, good Sherm plus aliens is starting to make sense. I said that from day one. I said that when Google first mentioned that on the channel. Sherman aliens. Yeah, it makes sense, dog. Yeah, they be outrageous, man. You got to catch it live, dog. But you got to also think like, can't really complain about the commercials too much, right? Because commercials is they help them pennies, dog, or a percent of a penny. Them ads help, dog, because everybody's not gonna come Cash App or Super Chat. So we gotta rely on the commercials, dog. Even if it's just 99 cents, if it's $1.50, it's better than zero. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying to you though is whatever reason YouTube does that. I don't do that. YouTube does it. So when I see that, when I do the lives, I get up and go check the next morning because I can't do it from my phone. But I'll come to the computer and I'll delete all of them, and then I'll insert two at the beginning, two in 30 minutes, two in another 30 minutes. But I'll be like, damn, that's a lot of commercials right there. You going to interview OG Cartoon 5 Trey with his newfound YouTube? I already done that. We gonna keep asking him about his YouTube success. I mean, I interviewed him about him being a great storyteller, and you know what I'm saying, and him getting all them subscribers and stuff like that. I don't know, dog. I mean, I don't want to keep interviewing him about the same YouTube success. Matter of fact, while we talking about YouTube success, this channel should be hitting 50,000 subscribers any day now, any hour right now. So we're about to hit 50,000 over here and like 140 on the other channel. See, there you go, man, asking them crazy questions again. I don't know Jap 5. That's my take on Jap 5. I don't know him, never met him. That's my take on it. I mean, look, you say you've been here since the beginning. You had to hear me say at least 25 times, I don't know everybody. I don't profess to know everybody, and I don't want to know everybody. I don't go around watching other people's YouTubes like that. I don't know these names. I don't know dudes from other hoods like that. You feel me? You got to go ask somebody. There's other channels that talk about that. You got to go to them channels, bro. Okay, if he couldn't be, it got to be a troll. It might be a troll or somebody that's just not, that watches and don't pay attention. Walk 'em down Ram, big stepping. That's dope. Salute, hitting 50 bands. Yes, yes, yes. I'm coming in late. What happened to Barefoot? Boy, you're going to have to run this back. Replay. Or Austin, Texas, will tell you. Did Pookie ever say who gave him the toughest fade? Actually, here's a good one. And Pookie, if you're watching, let me know how you feel about your story. True story. I talked to Cutes about it. I even called Barefoot Pookie out on it over the phone once or twice. When I met Pookie 16 years ago, Pookie told me that Tookie put hands on him. I talked to Monkey Man. Monkey Man said it didn't happen. I'm like, why would Pookie make that up? Guess what? Pookie never talks about that in public. And so I asked Pookie about it. Pookie said, Tookie ain't never put hands on me. I'm like, come on, man. You the one told me put hands on you. But supposedly, when the West Side broke up, there was dudes pointing fingers at each other. You know, the same names we always hear: Big Mouse, uh, Barefoot Pookie, Monkey Man, Buddha, Tookie, all those same names, right? And they pointed fingers at Barefoot Pookie. They said Barefoot Pookie broke the West Side. Barefoot Pookie threw the meeting to break up the West Side. Because allegedly, supposedly, Tookie didn't want the West Side to break up. So he got with Pookie and gave him some rib shots. Pookie was a skinny dude, but Pookie had reach. Tookie was on swole with size and power, and he roughed Pookie up real good. No, I wouldn't say that's sugar free. I go back and play it back. I told you I understand a lot, uh, and I explain why and how I know a lot about Pookie's life and situation. Which, look, Mike G, uh, there's other channels you can go to and ask that question, but I'm gonna say this. I've said it a number of times already. The last couple lives. That video is old. It's not a new video that everybody's running around talking about. The video that got everybody asking the same question you asking is not a new video. It's an old video. Who was your toughest fade, Kim? Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was telling the homie from Southside Compton, I ain't really had no bunch of fights because my fights was always just a couple seconds. And as a matter of fact, I said it on live. Usually, like I fire on somebody, they fire on me, and it be over. Or I fire, they fire, I fire, they fire. It's over. Or I 1-2, I two-piece them, three-piece them, and they out. Or on the ground at least. So I didn't really have no back and forth fights. I can't talk about that. And there's nobody on this earth that can probably tell you that we had a slugfest. Like it just didn't happen, dog. Um, I can remember I got a couple black eyes by three different dudes. My nephew, one of the homies, and a Mexican, one of the homies and my nephew. But the Mexican is the only one that I really squabbled, right? I'm talking about just really squabbling, getting down, blow for blow. Uh, so shit, you could say him if you want to, a Southsider. Tell him, walk him down, tell him. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You talking about G Glenn? I forgot about that one. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, maybe, maybe. I put that up there with the Mexican. The, the one with Gito was more like a shock, like, and yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess you could put that up there. Good reminder right there. That's a good one. Two P's in here. All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Two P's. What's up, player? Pimpin' player. Kev was one of them light skinned hustlers that got a squabble. Oh, Kev was one of them hustlers that got. I don't consider myself having no squabble. I fared pretty well, but I didn't always just come out smelling like roses. You know what I mean? But yeah, you win some, you lose some. But I don't profess to be no hell of a fighter or nothing like that. I have, like I said, I got some two pieces in my repertoire or in my reputation. Yeah. I carry my L's in the streets as lessons, period. I try to make everything a lesson. When a nigga start hating on me, I try to make it a lesson. When I make mistakes, when I be talking over some of the videos, the narration, I try to learn from that. When I see dudes blow relationships with women, I try to learn from that. The only thing I don't learn from is my past, my own personal past. I don't learn from that. What happened to the sports channel? Man, I just ain't been feeling it, man. I haven't been feeling the sports channel because, for one, the sports channel is not monetized. So basically, I'm going on there for free. But I understand you have to put the work in before you could get monetized. So I understand that. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying if I go on there right now, I definitely ain't gonna get a cash out. and I'm not going to get a commercial. So I'm not going to get no dollars or no pennies. So it's not very motivational, is what I'm saying to you. And I'm not getting a good audience at that either. So it's more important to come over here where I can get a large amount of people to at least watch. You know what I mean? Um, so it's not motivational. I told Go Young DJ I could find out how to get him a link, and whenever he wants to go on the sports channel, he can just run the sports channel himself, and he could give out his cash out for his knowledge or his picks or his time and stuff like that. How many times have you been blazed at? Shot at? Uh, I wouldn't say a lot, but I mean, I guess over the course of my age and career, it wouldn't be a lot, but each time is one too many. Put it that way. I missed the boxing match, man. I missed it. Besides Monster Cody, I missed the question. Besides Monster Cody, which A Tray gave the '60s some problems in war? Uh, probably have to call. We probably have to talk to Pretty Boy or Keithstone or Mumpy or somebody like that. Love your platform, KEV MAC. You always been a no nonsense type of brother, and that's the real. Takes a lot of maturity on these YouTube streets to handle yourself as such. And it's cold because I normally like to joke. Y'all see me joke sometimes. I like to bag when the trolls come in here and bag on me or something, right? Um, so I like to have fun and joke too, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times I feel like I can't do that because it'll give the audience the wrong impression, and people will be trying to go at me and I'll snap on them, or people will take this channel less serious. But I'm gonna say this to that. I told you I always got something to say about everything. If a person has a channel and it's just straight boof, like garbage, trash, imitation, or stealing other people's content, taking copyrighted material. If people aren't running their channel with just drama, like gossip, everyday gossip, just talking about other people's business instead of their own business, or talking about people's mamas and kids and stuff like that, then that's okay for them if that's what they like to do. Because you know why? At the end of the day, whether y'all admit it or not, a lot of y'all, the majority of y'all in here, my viewers, are watching those videos. You watching those channels. So I don't even get off into they channel ain't no good, or that person whose channel it is ain't no good. I don't get off into that for the simple fact, why do I need to hate on that person and that person's channel when I know my audience likes that shit? Y'all know what? I'm sure y'all get the same notifications I get. Or maybe you don't because it's not your channel, but I get this notification that says people that watch KEV MAC videos also watch this channel, and then it'll show the person's channel. So I know what channels y'all watch. I know y'all watching these other channels. So you, like I said, whether you admit it or not, you can lie, or maybe it just doesn't fit you. Maybe you're not one of them. But y'all watching. So I don't like, basically what I'm saying to you, I don't like when y'all come to this channel and talk about what channels you don't like and what people you don't like. Because in order for you not to like that channel or you not to like that person, it means what? That's what my teachers used to say. It means what? It means you watch that channel. And that's the problem with all of us. I'm not really guilty, but every now and then people will send me a video and I'll click on it and watch it. So that makes me guilty too. But for the most part, I'm not guilty. But you guys look at these bullshit videos and you send me these bullshit videos, especially like somebody hating on me, don't send me the video. I don't want to see the damn video of somebody hating on me. Too many times y'all send me a video and I click on it. Now I'm giving the person a view. I'm adding to the person number. No, that's backwards. That's wrong. It's all right if that's how you live and that's how you want to do it. You want to support that channel, that's fine. I don't do that because now you're giving a person a view, and I don't click dislike. That'd be like hating. But if you serious about not liking a person or a channel, I'm not gonna tell you not to click on it. But don't send it to me. I don't want to click on it. I don't want to click on that shit. My phone is so free right now of recommending people to. The only recommendations now are people that watch KEV MAC videos watch this channel. I don't get recommendations like I used to. I don't get notifications like I used to at one time. I used to get all Google's notifications. I don't get them. I used to get all BAM's notifications. I don't get them. I get Summer Cartoons notifications. I get all the SAG's notifications, I think. Uh, I get some Alonzo's. I don't be getting recommendations, dog. And I like my phone that way. Because I don't even like to be on my phone anyway. I do watch other channels, but KM has gave me the most knowledge of culture, gang culture in LA. Hawks, never. They don't believe in big men and a great backcourt. Ain't gonna. You're talking about Trey. What's his name? Homeboy with the big ears like me. Trey. Trey Young. Yeah. The Hawks had a big man. What y'all think about Dwight Howard? You know what's funny? Like I had about 10 people hit me up and say they had never heard these accusations about Dwight Howard before. I'm like, man, them rumors about him been out for years. If they wasn't, how I know about him? Like, or am I crazy? But you go back and look, when I talk about Dwight Howard, I call him big, soft punk and all of that. Talked about him grabbing crouches and all. It's people telling me they never knew he was grabbing crouches. He dude been fruity. I remember when he got with old girl, the ex uh, L.A. Sparks backup, Cynthia Cooper, Tia Cooper. I went on her Instagram and told her like, "Damn, you gonna regret that one? Like you with him? Like he like boys. He washed up. Shit, he more than just washed up. You probably haven't heard the latest. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, James Cass. Always been suspect. But now he confirmed it. When he came out with his video, he confirmed it. He confirmed that he texts men, happy men on Instagram. And he said, y'all just mad because he not texting y'all. And he say, don't worry about where he put his wood. Dude just told all on himself, or I ain't gonna use the word told. He admitted to all of that. Dude admitted to all of it. There shall be no more questions after that. Did y'all ever see the video where Kobe is telling like, nigga, you soft. You soft. Like everybody in the league knew that. They may not knew he had trans in his bedroom or having threesomes with two trannies or you know what I mean? But they know now. Miss 702, what up? His baby mama Royce Reed live in Vegas. We always alluded to him not being a loss. Damn. Well, I'm sure she probably got child support or some type of payments from him. So it ain't a loss if he was still paying her. It's a loss if he wasn't paying her. He played for the ATL too. That's why I brought his name up. When dudes said that they don't believe in big men in Atlanta, well, he went to the Hawks. They had a big man in Atlanta. What you mean by big though? Like big as in tall, or big like he say he laid a wood? Like you never know when you start talking about Atlanta. When you start talking about the ATL, you just don't know. Cause when I grew up, it was always San Francisco, like the gay area, right? And then Hollywood, right? So it went from Bay Area to Hollywood to the ATL. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Cause I know it's probably some dudes getting offended, but tell me I'm lying. If I visit my homie and he got hella teddy bears around the crib, he better have at least one dog. Look, man, I told y'all a story about Roscoe, man. Roscoe had that heroin in that teddy bear. You never know why a dude got a teddy bear, homie. You just never know. Could you imagine somebody see big old Roscoe, like the stories I told? He killed a dude with his own hands and kidnapped him. Um, could you imagine seeing a big dude like that with a teddy bear and you question him for having that teddy bear? Like he whoop your ass with that teddy bear. And then the heroin fall out. And then you have your answer why a big dude like that got a teddy bear around the house. Carrying a teddy bear down the block in a lowrider, in a car on Dayton's, in a convertible, right? I ain't lying about none of them, Susan Jones. But thanks for your reassurance. Well, I never distinguish where they from. Like, I'm sure a lot of people from Hollywood are outside. I'm sure a lot of people that went to the Bay Area was outsiders too. These are just places or cities or locations that a lot of them type of people went to and was comfortable with being there, to where they built up a reputation of being there. KEV MAC cold, man. I was cold. That's why I put this hoodie on. But I'm actually getting hot, though. The white got about 7 kids too, man. Ain't that crazy? I wonder what his kids think about daddy now. I'm surprised a lot of y'all up this late, man. 1 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, so it's 4 in the morning on the East Coast. That's probably why OG Steve ain't up in here. And Shaniqua, right? But yeah, man. Y'all don't forget, man. Say a prayer for Barefoot Pookie for me. If you're not religious, just say something to your ancestors, man. Your spirit. Uh, Talk to yourself, man. Look in the mirror and say it to yourself. Put your head up under the cover and talk to yourself and wish Pookie well. Milwaukee in the big, y'all got a good basketball team this year, man. Good luck with that. He said the white had y'all fooled most of his career. Well, let me say this. Let me just keep it real. If I was ever fooled, because I don't think being fooled is the right word, because I never thought nothing uh, otherwise, but I'm going to keep it real. When he was in Orlando, nah, he was a beast. So, nah, I never thought that. I never thought that why he was in Orlando. Post Orlando, come on, man. The writing was on the wall, dog. I haven't seen G-Cow since I got out. I don't know if I got out. Yeah, it was 97 when I went and hollered at him. I never seen him again since then. Or was it? Oh, yeah, it was 97. Yeah. Yeah, I wish you all the best in health, wealth, and success. Man, real talk, Londo ain't not a Mac. Yeah, he was cool in Orlando though. Yeah, y'all might win a championship this year. Y'all still, and I think I can't underestimate the Denver Nuggets no more, man. But I think Denver's gonna miss that bench a little bit, and I don't think Boston can really beat Milwaukee like that. But we'll see. Ain't no telling. Boston got a nice team too. Boston's gonna be real good, dog. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all right, y'all take it easy, man. I want to give a shout out to Ricardo Ramirez, Black Champ, Raphael Hunter, Black Champ again. Good looking out. And Brian Washington. Hey, y'all take it easy, man. Peace.